people can see us and hear us. I got a handful of people watching already. There we go. Hi, party people.
Oh, hello. Welcome back to another Shadowrun game, guys. We were off for a week and played a little Dungeons and Dragons, which was just fine, but we're going a little neon retro future now. So hopefully folks will remember what happened last game. If not, we'll do a little quick refresher. But let's lead us in. Chuck, tell us a little bit about yourself. Plug whatever you'd like, and who's your character?
So I'm Chuck, Defenders of Kobold. Live stream Twitch channel where we stream all sorts of stuff. Like, actually, right now we're streaming Spectaculars and we're streaming 5th Ed D&D. We were supposed to start Cyberpunk this Wednesday, but I had to kick it back a couple weeks. But yeah, you can also find me on the Zweihander Twitch every other Friday. You can find me on the Goodman Games Twitch for our show Danger Strangers every other Saturday. And you can find me on the opposing Saturdays on Free League Publishing running some Forbidden Lands. So yeah, I'm all over the place. Tonight I'm playing Ivan, our mage. And yeah, I've got some new spells, I think. Yeah, I've got Mask, which I'm looking forward to busting out.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Christopher.
I am Christopher with Two Old Guys Games. We have things on Drive-Thru RPG and other places like Rules of Engagement, which is quick naval combat.
Which is awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Bought it a few weeks ago.
Ziggurat of the Mega Maiden, which is a heavy metal fueled kill fest aimed at under 3 hours, basically, for DCC. Sinky the Stir Cararius, which is a huge complex funnel. And it turns out I'm running 5 unpublished adventures at Autumn Revel next weekend. Our 5 unpublished. It's basically the rest of our publishing schedule for the rest of the year. I am playing Techno G, the Elven Rigger. We found out way back in Fate Core or Fate Run that his name was Gregorius and his family is super organic and he totally hates organics. So he sticks to the drones and the tech because tech can overcome all.
Take note. This is what happens when you force feed cabbage to your children. Very good.
Make me aerate the compost.
Jeff, you're up.
I'm Jeff, Adventures in Lollygagging. I play a bunch of different games. Twitch.tv/Lollygaggers is our home channel, but we play elsewhere. Tomorrow night and every other Monday, we play over on the Free League Publishing channel. You can see Chuck and Bert in our Vesson game. So come check that out. Every Thursday, we play on Zweihander RPG's Twitch channel, and you can catch Friendin in that game. And on the weekends, we play a couple different games on our own channel. We recently just played Cobwebs, which is this fun little narrative, conspiracy-driven storytelling game. And so we're going to be playing probably more of that, some Mutineer Zero, and some Electric Bastion Land. So come check us out there. I am playing Gantu Praboa, who is a dwarven street samurai who has a heart of gold and limbs of chrome, and he is the captain of the championship lowballer bowling team. We learned last time, and has while he's mainly a hitter, he's been working on the grifting aspect of his life, and seeing how that's working out for him. So, and he likes making friends. He makes tons of friends. That's Gantu.
That's his thing.
Yeah.
And we'll leave the artiste for last. Brendan.
I cop to no such thing. No, my name is Brendan. I make art for tabletop. I've had some work in a zine that's been mentioned a couple times tonight, and like Gong Farmer's Almanac and stuff like that. I've been around a little bit. But I'll be playing tonight Falconar, who's a shaman orc. He has a totem that is a rat mask. He's all about kind of electrical combat spells and summoning things with spectral rats and stuff like that. So like urban magic. It's pretty fun. But yeah, I'm also part of Defenders of Kobold. I'm in a bunch of games with all these people all the time. They're all wonderful people to play with, and I can't wait to do it tonight. So that's me.
Awesome. Well, let's dive into Shadowrun. What do you guys remember from last time? You picked up a new contract, a new deal. Pretty sweet deal.
Oh, thanks for the bit, Supermouse. Very nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Other than the lowballers winning a championship in bowling, we got a new job. It's a wet work job.
Yeah.
And it involved the APN. I just retyped my notes, so I'm ready. Association Para Nobilis, which is a pro elven group that like attracts like wannabe elves or something like that, people who believe in elven superiority. And we're supposed to like kill some folks because we have these old pictures of a bunch of other elves who were killed with like archaic weapons, something like that. Does that sound vaguely familiar?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Okay.
And the photographs were old and archaic, which made them more verifiable as real. And
so our job is to basically go kill I think it's the 6 core members, the APN. Yeah. We know one name is Xerxes the Mad.
Mm-hmm.
And we got some bonuses. Like there was something we were supposed to leave on Xerxes' corpse. I don't remember what. There's a head. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
There's like a headhunter fee, like if we take like fake elf ears and such as well.
Yeah.
So stuff like that.
Yeah, and I do remember the vague inclination that getting a vague inkling rather that this group may have been subletting this job to us, and that things might not be on the up and up with it.
All right. Yeah, just to go over the details real quick then. You got most of them there pretty well. So the big thing is to kill the 6 core members of the APN. Okay. That is the core mission. There were a couple of bonuses. The first one is she gave you a sealed envelope that you're supposed to drop on the body of their leader, Xerxes the Mad. That paid actually quite a nice little bounty to leave that letter behind. And then the second bonus was the ear tips of false elves. They'll give you a little bounty for each ear tip you bring in. The left ear tip to be exact.
Yeah. And I remember there was something else too. There was like this opposition group to the APN, like these young elven technologists. They lived in a place called Scepter Productions or something like that. And there was a lost video crew that maybe the APN was responsible, and that might have been something that we were going to look into further.
Those are like 2 different groups, because the Scepter Productions lost a video crew like 5 months ago.
Okay.
And APN was implicated in the crew going missing. Young Elven Technologist is the perfect place for Techno G to go infiltrate, being a young Elven Technologist himself.
Yeah. So you've done a little legwork. You came up with that. I think you got basic floor plans as well. Someone just hit the public servers up to see what at least what the state says that building should look like.
Right. We got information about rallies and meetings, schedules, 24-hour reception, Thursday night meetings. Places they congregate.
Yeah. The really big thing that you found out from scouting is that they are literally in the shadow of Renraku. So
problematic.
Yeah. Big explosions and big bang bang, no good. Yeah. No good.
So little explosions is okay.
Yeah. Right.
Quiet, that's small explosions.
Those are okay.
Think implosions even.
Pew pew instead of bang bang maybe.
I just stab. I think of the old ads that were like, earn money by placing tiny classified ads in newspapers across the country. This is like, kill them all by tiny explosions in key locations across the city.
So my final note is like, we were going to try this 3-prong attack. I was going to dig into organization and financials, and then check in with the young elven technologists. Gantu and the lowballers were going to pose as security or investigators, and Ivan and Falk were going to go to get info from APN themselves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those are the 3 things we had thrown out. That sounds right.
All right. Well, that's quite a few things. What do you want to unravel first? What should we tackle first here?
I'm cool doing the undercover bit first if Falk and I are about it.
I'm always down to be undercover. Oh, my voice modulator, sorry. I'm always down to be undercover, my good man.
Right, so you want to infiltrate as what? And I believe that you had cast your spell on Falk as well to make him look like an elf.
That's right. I remember that.
Yeah. Also important that the voice modulator be on that. Hey, everybody, I'm Tony the elf.
Smoke a pack of cigarettes every 4 hours.
That's right.
They're all natural.
No filter.
Yeah, I think that's an idea.
All right, well, let's go ahead and kick off with you then. Are you guys going to lend support in a van outside or something, or are we going to break up and split the party?
I mean, we're just going in and asking questions.
Yeah.
While they're doing that, I can sit in the van and try to get some information from the organization and the financials, which is we don't have to be split up. Gaitu and I can be right there in case they need backup.
Yeah, that's actually
you're there in the way that you're there, right? Like a hacker would be there. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, Christopher, you go ahead and put together your hacking pool to hack into their network, but then just sit on it there for a little bit. And so for Falk and oh man, is Ivan? Yeah, Ivan. Yeah. Sure. You've successfully cast your spell. The night before to check it out. I'll be nice to you and say that since you did do this ahead of time, you remembered what you did. Looks good. So what are you? Yeah. So when do you approach? What time of day? You going to approach during one of their open meetings?
That's not a bad idea.
More cover with more crowd kind of makes sense.
I think that's a good idea. Go into the open meeting. Definitely just get information on it, but also maybe scout out for any additional info could be useful. Maybe see if we can accidentally get lost in the building a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah, just do some searching. Maybe it wouldn't be... I can't remember if we did a scan to see what kind of magical protection this place had.
Not yet.
Yeah, I don't think we did, yeah.
I think doing a magical scan would be something I'd be interested in doing after the fact, because I don't want to piss them off and then walk in the door.
Yeah.
But
in your handouts, if you guys want to pull open the APN floor plan ground floor.
Okay. Yep.
So you're going to hit it on a Thursday.
On a Thursday. And there wasn't any hard time limit on this, right?
Was not.
Okay,
no.
Cool.
Nice. That helps.
Yeah.
We can kind of go in, scout it out, take our time, see what we can get away with without pushing the envelope too far.
Yeah.
Just seeing what other opportunities there might be.
Pardon me for a second. That was incorrect. They hold the meetings in the basement, in the garage. Open up the APN basement.
Oh, that's not as exciting. We're definitely going to have to get lost.
Yeah, so when you arrive, you guys taking separate vehicles? Since Techno-G is going to be in the van, or do you want to just get out of the van?
I was just going to have him drop us off like a block or two early.
All right.
Just walk it there. Falk and I can walk in together.
It's an elf dropping us off too. Like that's not the craziest thing. So I'm not too worried about it.
Have fun, kids. We'll pick you up after the meeting.
Regrettably, I might leave all my weapons in the van.
So this isn't an area of a neighborhood where come packing heat is not going to be really seen as.
It's not going to be a problem. I was just thinking.
Yeah, they may pad you at the door. They may ask you to put it aside, but having a gun in this neighborhood, not a big deal. Okay, not a big deal.
Okay.
I just didn't want to get accidentally caught while searching. Being lost, and then he's got a gun too. And if it's not going to be out of the norm, then I'll keep my piece on me.
Not at all. But here is the question. You guys did a quick drive-by to look at the facility. And like I said, you got maps of it, but you never really saw it while there were people coming in the building. How are you and Falk dressed?
I would dress fairly nice. Like, I think we still got those nice clothes from
We
before.
do from the before.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to do a mix of those nice clothes and a little dress down to kind of cut the middle. I've got maybe a nice jacket, but some normal kind of street level ratty jeans and
business
boots.
casual.
Yeah, the equivalent of business casual for sure.
So,
All right. Well, when you guys are dropped off, there is a steady stream of people that are heading up to the building, and there's a sign, just a ratty sign that's been put up on a hobby horse with an arrow pointing down to the garage for the meetings, and so people are just kind of filing down that way. So you don't even get into the front door; you're just going down into this parking garage. And you're both a little overdressed for the crowd that you're seeing here. Most of them look like they're dressed like street punks. They definitely have the whole purple mohawk thing going. A lot of them are obviously not elves. They were not blessed with the pretty stick, but they've had surgically enhanced ears put on, a little bit of cheekbone shaving, that sort of thing, but obviously not natively born elves.
Okay.
So we get the impression these are like the low level recruit kind of not.
Yeah. So you get a couple of looks and a couple of cat calls actually from some people going down. Hey, look at
I'm
you.
enjoying this and not being used to looking this way. I'm just gonna.
This is definitely.
We got a couple of Wall Street fashion plates tonight, boys.
That's right. There's more where this came from too. I'm slumming it. I say
it's kind of good natured, although there's a little edge to it that you're kind of flaunting wealth in an area that's not very wealthy, but it's fairly good natured. So they're not giving you anything but a little bit of heckling.
Should have seen the van they stepped out of.
Does it still got all the graffiti on it?
Partially, I had been scrubbing some of it off, but I was like, that was just a ploy.
Yeah, so when we get down there, is it just like in the parking garage? They got like tables and stuff set up?
It is in the parking garage. They've got some temporary tables set up. You also see that if you look at your map there, they also got some archery targets set up. And this is kind of interesting, although Techno G, you're kind of used to this. There are a lot of really archaic weapons that are being just kind of toyed around with. Some people are going at it with some cheap board shields and maces and swords that have dulled edges and archery range set up.
Ska.
Right. So there's several tables set up with pamphlets. Somebody's got a big ass juice bowl set up, obviously spiked, cups, little sugary snack things all over the place. And people are just kind of hanging for now. You get there a little early. They have like a little meeting minutes board set up. It doesn't look like they've got a key speaker tonight. So it just basically the first hour is mix and mingle. Second hour, there's going to be some people from the AP and leadership coming in, giving a talk about the newest legislation for elven rights going on. And, just talking about hour 3, if people are still there, they're showing videos on elven heritage. You can see the crappy white cloth screen that's kind of set up in the background.
Looking around, do I see any entrances to the building from down here?
Well, you do. So on this little map here, this looks like, here, hold on just a second. Let me get to my key. All right, so this area in the middle here, number 1 is where all the archery range and all the medieval weapon playing around is going on. Number 2 there is interesting. You smell horse manure. Techno G, normal to you. It's a stable that's been set up.
I think I would hear about it, but not technically smell it since I'm in the van.
All right.
Right.
Door 3 there. Yeah. Door 3 there is a security door. It's like thick plate steel. It's got that yellow caution tape over it, and it's closed up pretty tight. As is, well, you don't see 4 that's in the back of that area there. And 5 is the bathrooms. And 7 is an elevator shaft, but it looks like a retrofit. It doesn't look like it was original construction to the establishment. It looks like it was put in afterwards.
Okay.
Not to say it's shoddy, but it just doesn't fit with everything else around it. But that's it. You don't see any other way into the main building.
Ever see anyone coming in or out of 3?
Nope, not since you've been in here.
Oh man. At some point during the night, someone who works there, someone who entered, do we see any kind of like security badges on them or anything?
Everyone that you see in here now for this first hour, none of them look like they're members. You're not seeing, they all look like they're street people come in for the meeting. Right. Half of them aren't even elves. Some of them are, but a good half of them are not really elves. Yeah. But you're not seeing anyone here that looks like they're part of the organization.
Oh, so
and right now, like I said, it's just a free for all. People are eating, drinking, playing around with these weird weapons.
So the entrance to this basement level, does it kind of feel like the basement is a separate entity from the first floor? Like kind of the way on a farm, you kind of walk down through the 2 double doors and down in. So this may just be a separate thing.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why that elevator kind of stands out. It definitely looks like it was put in after the fact. This whole thing is just meant to be a parking garage.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, this is not what Ivan would be expecting. Really makes me wonder if there's scouts down here blending into the crowd.
Okay. You want to make me some kind of roll to see if anyone is paying a lot of attention to everyone that's around here?
Yeah, that would be, what would you want to call that? Intelligence and...
Oh, you make the you make the plug to me as to what do you think would work.
I can do that. I'll go with alertness and mastermind. None of my assets or anything will help. So I'm just going to go intelligence and mastermind. So that'll be 2d8 for this pool. Go d8 and we'll go with d8. 7 and a 2, yeah.
All right, let me give you basic odds to find something. So a 9, and you made a 9.
Yeah.
That's fine. So if you don't have a third die, it's just a D4, but this doesn't really matter. Yeah, there are a couple of, there's at least one guy. It's fairly large and dense for an elf, but he doesn't look like he's a poser. He's actually instructing a few guys on how best to use swords and maces. And you hear several people refer to him as Blaine.
Okay.
But he seems to be paying a lot of attention to newcomers that come in. He's kind of cajoling people to come over and pick up a sword. It's like, yeah, use them like your ancestors did. Put away that pistol. Come over here.
I give Ivan a look when the archaic style weapons are brought out and just kind of give him the eyebrows without saying anything. Like, look at
that. Yeah, I definitely see that. I'll go over to him and I'll let him give me a demo of the weapons.
He looks you up and down. He said, he just kind of just snorts for a bit and puts down like this probably 20-pound broadsword that he was holding, and he pulls out this slimmer rapier and hands it to you. I think this is more fitting to that agile wrist of yours.
Yeah, I guess I should have an Ivan accent. The melee weapons, they're not really my bag. I am more of an arcane warrior, if you would say.
Oh, a fine tradition of that, of course, yeah. But he takes a look at you, seeing your clothes, and he kind of gets in a little closer. He says, "We're recruiting foot soldiers tonight, though. I'm afraid that those fine fingers of yours and your spell casting, we're not going to be able to accommodate that tonight." It's up and down. Those is good to know. Good to know we got some practitioners about.
Yes.
Management would like to know that.
Actually, my friend and I are both. We're both magically inclined.
Oh, get over here! Stop hanging around in the background.
No, it's great. I just overheard.
This isn't date night. Stop looking. Get over here.
You're right. You're right. Let's be more forward. So, if tonight's not the night that you're recruiting folks like us, is there a night?
Well, that's a little bit above my pay grade. I'm just here, as I said, working on the the front line troops.
Yeah,
I can't help but notice these weapons are they're nice, but they seem crude at best. Do you have the good stuff hiding somewhere else we could look at?
Oh, well, of course. I mean, we're not going to let somebody swing around, antiques or anything. These are, welded in a shop across the street, of course. Well, I tell you what, I'm not the guy to speak to about that. You'll have a keynote speaker here in another 20 minutes or so. And after he gives his little spiel and pumps up the soldiers, I'll introduce you. What's your name, by the way?
My name is Victor.
Victor. Oh.
I'm Caulk.
Okay. Interesting. So what brings you into the APN?
I always felt, I don't know, a loss that my own heritage, seeing as, you might notice my rather boring looking ears. I always felt a sad loss of, lack of heritage. And the heritage here that is presented is, it feels like kindred.
Yeah. That's mostly the sweat and the alcohol, but yeah, I get you. Well, why don't you guys hang around for a bit? Like I said, our speaker, he's not long-winded. He'll speak and peter out in 15 minutes tops, and I'll introduce you to him afterwards. All right?
That sounds fantastic. Thank you.
Absolutely great.
All right. Hey, you. Hey, 2-ton, get over here. You look big enough to swing one of these. And does this really corpulent guy come up and again, obviously a poser.
Yeah.
So you guys are kind of brushed aside for a moment there. So Techno G, what was that roll like?
I just sat on it. I can roll it now.
Yep, go
for it. Roll pool. Looks like 15. Well, 10. No, 13. Depending.
All right.
Let's see.
Let me see what the stakes are on this.
8 and a 5. I think I'd probably take the 8 and a 2.
Yeah, hold on just a sec. They do have a little bit of security here, so let's see what they come up with. We're gonna go with we're gonna go with a 9.
All right, then I've got a 10 with an effect that's a 5 on a D8.
Okay, so you've got a D8 effect die. Let me make sure here on that one. So that's a D6 on the 2. Okay, good enough. So you get in. It actually was a bit more complicated than you expected. You expected like a turnkey security system that you buy off the shelf. They're hardened. They actually must have a hacker on the premises who have set up some specialized hardware. You are able to get in, but you do know they have security. So you might be time limited while you're in here. The security is scouring the system for illegal entries.
Okay.
All right. So essentially that D8 of yours is how much time, and it's going to count down from that D8. So first action, you're in. Okay. It's going to roll down to a D6. So what do you want to do now that you're in?
I want to pull the incoming financials if they're available on this from this system. Like, where are they getting their funding from? Who's funding them?
Okay. Sure, you're D8. Okay. So you do find their databases. Their databases are interesting in that you can tell they exist. They must have a certain time that they spool up and enter the network, but they're offline.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like you can look at it and you can see the last time data was uploaded from those servers 24 hours ago, but it looks like as soon as it shoots a packet, it's cut offline. So it's physically not connected to their net at this moment.
Can I establish like a time frame on when it would be connected? from those files?
Sure, you can do that. It looks like it's every 24 hours at midnight. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so all you're seeing is they came online, they shot a packet that went through the system to an unknown point. So like you can't get the old data. It was just shot through the system to another system. Right? So all you're doing is tracing the fact that they do have servers kept offline every 24 hours. They come on just long enough to do a burst transmission.
Okay.
Which is shady. Which is very shady.
Totally. It's not standard operating procedure for anyone but criminals. All right. So next thing, the upper echelon membership, the core members, the people running the show. We have Xerxes, but we don't have the other 5.
Correct. Okay, that is in the system. You're looking at membership rosters. It looks like that is not in the protected wall, so you are able to get out names. Those names, sorry, give me a second, is Allair, Allair. They don't tell you anything about them other than basically a name and SIN. So like the system ID number is in there as well.
Oh, all right then. That's handy. Right.
Charlie Taro, Tarrow.
Mm-hmm.
Death Edge, apparently a street name.
That's an edgelord. Has Edge right in his title. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Erendahl, Erendahl.
Uh-huh.
And Fierelle, Fierelle.
Fierelle.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, Xerxes is in the org chart. So Xerxes is basically top of the org chart with these guys right underneath him. And then after that, it spreads out. It looks like there's probably 20 core members, but these 6 are the top 2 tiers.
Can I just pull that file down so I have those other 20 names and we don't have to talk about it at this moment?
Sure. Sounds good.
Like, good. Yeah, take that. Where are we at? That was an 8-6. We had like a D4.
All right. So, you're at a D4. And at this point, let me roll some things here. All right. Well, I rolled a 1 there. So get a chip.
I like chips.
All right. Unfortunately, so whenever you jack into systems, they have kind of like a GUI, an environment that you interact with. Mm-hmm. And since this is like you're jacking directly into your brain, they're very immersive. So what this looks like is it's a sylvan forest, but areas of it are like under glass, like solarium. So like it's all cubed out in front of you. You're able to
like data trees and stuff.
Right. So you're able to enter in. But so in the forest path in front of you, as you just finished pulling out data, it looks like you're tapping a tree for the syrup that's flowing out of it as you're getting your data.
Right in my mouth.
A 3-headed dog appears on the woodland path in front of you. You see a little burst of flame coming out of its nostrils. The middle dog head opens its maw, and there's like lava pouring out of it.
Not ice. Anti-ice.
Yeah.
Anti-ice.
Yeah, so this is a security measure.
I lava him. I just want
sit,
to pet
Ubu,
him.
sit.
Yeah. So what do you want to do? It's picked up that it has an intruder, but it hasn't. It's not attacking yet. It's probably checking your credentials.
Man, there's so much other information I want to get right now. Gonna roll me a personal die here. As soon as I find wherever I put my damn dice. Oh, they're underneath things. What's this? High-low. All right, I'm gonna push it and try to pull one more piece of information or one more information file, if I can, which is like a photos directory, not necessarily a directory, like
you're looking for his pictures folder.
Yes, camera roll.
All right. So here's what happens. There is one that is online that is not part of the hardened server, although you do find essentially a shortcut that would connect to one of those hardened servers. So you don't have time to look. You pull it all down, and so that's gonna turn over your D4. The thing attacks. All right. So you chose to push it and get the data. So you pull the data. You don't know what you have yet, but you have it pulled. But it's coming after you now.
Well, I am ready.
All
If
right.
you recall, my talent is, I call it Rig Fu, the art of rig-based mental combat. All right, we gonna fight or what?
Yep, we're gonna fight. So 652. It is going to choose a 6 and a 2 to make an 8, and it's going to take. Well, it might as well do a 6. No, you know what? It's going to take a 7, but it's going to take that D8 as its effect die. So you need to beat a 7.
So I'm going to do intelligence, hacker, so D8, D12. Right. Distinction, technology overcomes all, D8, and Rig Fu, D8.
Sure. What does it look like? Are you just going into combat with it?
No, I am quickly coding a piece of something as like a dog treat to throw down the path in hopes that it turns around and runs after that. So like a decoy shaped like a Scooby snack.
Okay.
Or 3 Scooby snacks. Ooh.
Oh, well, you definitely got the, yeah. Okay.
8 on 8. Wait, it missed one. Let me see. 1, 2. There should be one more D8 in there. I'll just roll a D8.
That's fine.
Roll 1 D8. And a 3.
Okay. Right. So you can easily make the difficulty, but what are you choosing as your effect die?
I can take the 2 D8s. That's a 15. And then the D12 with a 9 on it is my effect die.
Okay, a D12 will. Okay, so it goes after. What does it manifest as? What does it look like? A bone, big juicy soup bone.
Let's see. This is a 3-headed, fiery-eyed dog. So Cerberus, the gates of hell. I want to toss him bones, flaming bones of. Some high-level demon that had probably...
It's irresistible. It goes right after it. It leaves you be. But you do know that the system has pegged you. So things are going to start locking down and you're in danger of being ejected.
All right. I'm going to scrub my footprints because I have that D8 and scrub digital print.
Okay.
And... send all the data out to my Dropbox, scrub the prints, and get out.
Okay, sure. We'll just do it as an effect ID8. I won't make you roll for it. That's enough to get rid of, especially since you're doing it from a mobile location here.
Sure.
All right, you're out. So Gantu, what are you doing while this is all going on?
So I think my part of the plan was I was taking the low ballers and the picks from... of the dead bodies of the elves and such, and I was trying to tap into the Scepter Productions folks to see if I can learn anything about the missing crew.
All right, tell me how you go about that.
So I definitely would. I mean, it's a company, right? It isn't like Scepter Productions just a company. So like I don't see any reason to do anything kind of shady yet. So I'd probably contact directly, just if they have a public line, or if not a public line, I can go there or something.
They do. What's your lead though? What do you tell them to get them interested?
I'd probably keep it fairly close to the truth. I'm a small group of investigators looking into some information has come to light, and I'm just wanting to look into this. Like I'm gonna try to keep it vague, but like relatively honest. If that makes sense.
Sounds good. So I
won't say what type of new information I'll have. I'll dangle the fact that some new there might be some new evidence or some new information about something like that.
Okay, they're definitely interested. Okay. If you've got new information, we would definitely be interested in talking to you. Is this line secure?
Well, Technology's not around, so I don't know the answer to that question. We can. Why don't we?
It is now.
Meet face to face.
I would like that. Where are you located? In general,
mobile.
Seattle.
Seattle.
Looking at your number here, so you got to see downtown Seattle.
Yeah.
Tell you what,
it's his favorite Chinese restaurant's number.
There's a Stuffer Shack on Sycamore and 6th, downtown. Could you make it there in say 2 hours?
2 hours. Yep. Who am I speaking to, and who am I meeting with here?
I'll be wearing an orange shirt.
An orange shirt. Okay. I will be wearing a green shirt.
Okay, that will work.
Okay. Very good at this. This cloak and dagger stuff. Okay. Can I take at least one or two of my lowballer friends just as backup?
You have them as dice, so okay. I mean, they're resources.
Okay, so they'll be coming along.
Mm-hmm.
I'll definitely try to get there a little early and just sort of find the exits and such, and get the sight lines and whatever, and see if I can.
Sure. If you guys don't mind, let me play with Gantu for a bit here. So when you arrive, this is pretty much Stuffer Shack is basically a 7-Eleven. It's the neighborhood grocer, the neighborhood place to pick up beer and any other sundries that you need in the middle of the night or 2 a.m. This is it's an all right neighborhood. You're sure that this area has police patrols. The first thing you notice when you pull in, though, other than the few motorcycles on the outside, there is a van, unmarked, off-white van.
Okay. All right. So I'll try to casually stroll past it a little bit and see if I can get any kind of vision on if there's any windows that are tinted, something like that.
You are wearing a green shirt?
Yeah, I'll be wearing a green shirt. Yeah.
Okay. As you walk by the van, the headlights blink a couple of times.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I'll kind of mosey over to it, comically trying to be what I would think I would imagine this to look like is just him being like trying to be stealthy, but really not being even remotely stealthy. And
what are you telling your bowling companions to do?
Just keep an eye out. Just act cash. And
well, they back off a little bit and they lean on your car, looking really like not so casual as they're trying to do this. Like, that's kind of that's good. Maybe just
a TV crew, just a TV crew, boys, nothing to get upset about.
It's like an '80s rap video.
Stay frosty, look for others that might be nearby. That's all. I got
this one dude with an oversized clock on a chain.
One of them says rather loudly so that it appears that they are just sitting here having a conversation. What about that sports ball team last night?
That's good. Yeah, do that. That's perfect.
Get close to the van, driver's side window.
The
windows are all smoked, so you can't see inside, but the window light rolls down. And there's kind of a really thin, weedy looking guy. His hair is like, he's got this long hair in the back, but he's nearly bald up front. Mm-hmm. You see he's got a press pass that he's got kind of half tucked into his shirt. And he looks over at your friends, he looks at you, and says, "Hey, they're going to be cool if you take a little drive with me. I mean, I'm cool." He opens his shirt so you can see that he's not carrying any weapons or anything. I just don't
like. Is his shirt orange?
It is orange. It's blaze orange.
Is this the same voice that I was on the phone with?
It is.
Okay.
It's actually like silky disco kind of material. It glows a little bit.
Does his press pads have a name like attached to it?
Yeah, it's from the agency.
Okay. So it's from the agency. Okay.
Yeah. You see it more clearly when he shows you that he's not packing. It's like, I just don't like to sit in one place too long.
Okay. How about they just kind of follow us a bit? How about that?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. And so I'll signal all cool like back to them to try to hand signal that that's what's going to happen. And then when they don't understand, I'll walk over and explain it.
Yeah.
And then come back like, okay, we're good. Good.
All right. You're a pop and the passenger side door opens up, you climb in. He's got like days worth of like empty cigarette packets, soy dog wrappers. It's like almost like ankle deep worth of rubbish in the floorboard. He's like, sorry about that. I've been on stakeout for a while.
Nope, I understand.
Yeah. Look behind you. The back of the van is decked out with this like crappy looking mattress. He's got like a little microwave oven back there. It looks like he's been living out of his van for a little bit.
Sweet setup, bro.
Hey, that's what I got to get the news. I want to start this off by saying, the conversation that we're having now is kind of off the books, right? We're doing an investigation on APN. We some of our reporters went missing. He's fishing around in his pocket while he's got a hand on the wheel, and he pulls out a little digital board. It's got a photograph on it and hands it over to you.
Okay.
Hey, that's Carrie Taylor. She's our top investigative reporter. Her whole crew went missing. It hasn't got out to the news services yet. Of course, the police know about it, but two of the crew were found. Well, most of them were found a couple of nights ago. Carrie still hasn't turned up. We figure, well, I don't know. I mean, I don't even want to conjecture about it. Do you know anything about our people?
So, like, I'm trying to remember the pictures. The pictures actually depicted the dead crew, right? Like, or am I mistaken?
Dead elven bodies, actually.
Okay, dead elven bodies. Okay, so it wasn't the crew in the pic. Okay.
Although there were other bodies, so if you want to show them the pictures.
Okay. In the digital thing that he sent me, like they showed me, were the bodies that that they found. That how were they killed? Were they killed in similar fashion to the pics I have?
Well, he doesn't have pictures of the bodies that they found. He just has a picture of Carrie. Just her that he's showing you.
And now, if she's missing,
Okay. If you ask about the others, he's like, I just swipe.
Okay.
So yeah, you got pictures of the whole crew there. So if you want to compare, or just from your memory, if you want to compare if any of these people match, what do you have for mastermind? What die?
A 6 d6.
D6. Yeah, you're not sure.
Okay.
If you want to make a roll, you can, but just off the bat, it's like, these are nice press credential pictures. The photos you got were from old sources. They weren't a digital source. That's the other thing that was interesting. So you can't really tell just offhand.
All right. And I would I've brought the pictures with me? I think I would have brought the pictures with me, unless others are objecting to that. But I think I would have brought the pictures with me, and so I guess I'll go ahead and share alike at this point. I don't really feel intimidated by this guy anyway, so I will. I'll pull out one picture and
maybe one that's got the most bodies in it.
Yeah, something like that, and I'll say, well. I've heard the tale, heard about the missing crew. I think I don't want to get too deep into it, but one of the jobs I might be on right now might somehow involve a bit of this. And so I'll go ahead and I will show the crew. I'll show the picture, and I'll be curious. Like, do any of these folks look familiar to you?
He kind of times it so he stops at a red light and he pulls through it, and he just he's just tossing the photos back over to your side, and he hangs hold of one of them when you get a green light, and he stares at it for a little bit, honking in the back. He's like, it hits the gas, keeps going forward. He's like, third body from the left, I think that was her cameraman. It's hard to tell. I mean, the head's missing. But I kind of recognize what he's wearing. So you're a runner.
I am an independent contractor. I have many talents, but one of them is investigation. This happens to be
wow,
a job I'm working on. That's all.
Hey, my agency does have a bounty out on any information that can lead to the retrieval of Miss Taylor there. If you're already investigating, another 15,000 new yen might line your pocket nicely.
50,000 would line it nice. 20 would line it better, but
give me a second. He pulls over. He's just honking and behind him as he just rips that van over without getting any kind of signals. He pulls up and he starts just talking into the air. You figure he's on a cell phone. It's like, yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, there's some runners looking into this. Hey, can we offer them? Oh, it's pretty firm. Huh? Well, what if? Oh, okay. Hey, well, I'll pass it on. Goes off. It's like, look, my company's willing to go 20,000 if you can return her alive. 15,000 just for information.
Okay, that sounds like a fair compromise. I can appreciate that. Okay. What do you have to go on? Well, the last time she was seen, what was it? Was it this? Was she with the crew and we haven't seen her since because she's in the picture? I wasn't sure if she was part of the crew or is she in the picture.
Yeah, she's not in any of the pictures. Just
okay.
He thinks one of the people in the photograph was maybe her cameraman, but
okay, so that's a connection.
Yeah, it's not sure.
Okay.
He pulls out a stick, memory stick, basically. He's like, hey, here's their schedule to tell you when they went in, what their cover was, and when we lost contact with them. It's everything that we know prior to them going dark. There hasn't been any ransom demands, nothing. So we don't know. We don't know if she's still alive and the bodies just haven't showed up yet or not. But hey, the company's willing to pay to, let her family know at least.
Oh, I understand. Does she have any particular people she might reach out to if hopefully she's in trouble or something and we might be able to, maybe she's laying low? More than once I've had some heat on me and I've had to lay low. Maybe that's all it is.
Maybe, but she would have made contact by now for sure.
Okay.
Carrie's a really good reporter. I mean, when she goes deep, when she goes undercover, I mean, she's backstopped. I mean, you can do any kind of research you want, and she's going to come out whatever her story is. So I don't know how they figured out they were infiltrated, but if she's alive and free, she would have made contact by now.
Okay. So either she's dead or you think she might be captured or some such. Well, all right. I'll just add it to the to-do list here, and $15K for info and $20K for the whole shebang. All right. And anything else you're leaving out that we might need to know? I got the schedule, the cameraman. What you got? And I got a picture of like Carrie, right?
Yeah.
Like on the
yep.
data pad.
Yeah, he just waves you to keep it. It's also got pictures of the rest of her crew, and it's basically their press pass pictures.
Okay.
He's like, well, I mean, I am a reporter. I mean, I'm not in Carrie's league, but anything you want to share with me? I mean, she was working on a hot story, something to do with APN's leadership, and she said she was going to blow the whole thing wide open. She's talking about terrorism, but she always played it really close until she had her story. So we don't know even why she was there. Can you give me anything?
Well, it's interesting that you mentioned that. I too am looking into aspects surrounding APN's leadership, Xerxes and the others, because I don't think I know the names. I don't think I would have learned that yet. I know that okay, I'm just looking at my notes. So like we believe from, and I wouldn't give up our contact, obviously, but I would say I'm working for a party who suspects that APN is responsible for this, and it's basically bit of racism going on. Those who don't believe in elvish superiority or getting the,
Actually, that's the interesting part. Just to go back to it here, it's a group of elves that believe in the old ways.
Okay.
And supposedly they've been killing elves that don't believe in that.
Okay.
That believe that they should embrace technology in modern life.
Okay. So I'll convey that idea then.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Just like my notes are kind of roughly written.
Oh, well, yeah, that's definitely a story she'd be interested in. Okay, great. We have my number. If you find out anything, just give me a call. Wow, it would be great if you could prove that. I mean, worst case, if our team was killed by these guys and you can get evidence to prove it, and we can go to the police about this or the authorities about this, that would be great. It really would. But getting out with a story, I mean, there might be more in it for you if you're allowed to. I mean, I know, hey, whatever you got going with your whoever hired you, I don't know if you're allowed to share or not, but if we could get a story out of this, but at minimum, if we can peg a crime on them and have proof that they killed our people, I mean, that's got to be worth something, I'm sure.
If I was not already seriously motivated, you have doubled that motivation. I'll be in contact. Don't worry. We'll have some information for you shortly.
Well, your friends have been riding my ass for 5 blocks, so I'll just let you out here.
Yeah, they're a little high strung. Okay, so yeah, I will immediately get on the call with I don't know, Ivan. I think, hot damn, we're getting paid double, boys.
This is absolutely fantastic.
All right.
All right. Since it was 2 hours, probably you get the call in the middle of the driest, most boring speech you have ever heard. Going into the glorious Elven history and how the Elven society has existed before the virus hit and people started expressing their Elvenness. It couldn't be more clinical if he had a latex glove with a finger up your butt. It's just it's that bad. People are drinking heavily during this portion of the evening, but he does wrap up quickly, thankfully, just under 15 minutes. And as everybody goes back to the festivities and the movies start, and the movies are like old historical pieces like Hawk the Slayer and other cheesy 80s fantasy flicks that had elves in them.
I'm listening. I'm taking notes.
Period pieces.
Yeah. Deathstalker 2. Clearly the best Deathstalkers.
The best of the stalkers.
Yeah.
Right. So once this starts, the big guy comes over and motions to you guys. Come on, let me introduce you to Philip. Phil. He prefers Philip.
Yeah, I'll go on.
Yeah, let's go.
Hey, Philip. I got some high potential recruits here tonight for you.
Go ahead.
Greetings, friend. My name is Victor.
Okay, Victor. Yeah. What die size do you have in Mastermind?
8.
8. Okay. This guy is a practitioner. He has various objects on him, amulets, charms, etc., that are not fake. He's got spell foci on him. Mm-hmm. This might be a little interesting considering that Falk is going to register as having a spell up and running. It's not to say that he will scan you, but
there's a chance.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as you're being herded over, you notice the bling.
Okay.
Philip is putting away his speech that was on these nice vellum pages into his little suitcase. He's being very picky about making sure they're exactly lined up and getting them in that case and making sure that zipper's tight, just exactly. Right.
Does he look that fastidious too?
He looks, yeah. He's got this he's wearing all white, like white shirt, white, like tuxedo top. It's all pressed and sheer. And he's got this bow tie on. Is it also a white bow tie?
And a Cadillac?
Yeah. Is it before or after Labor Day?
Good question. Labor Day doesn't exist anymore. So,
Okay.
It's Labor Day, and it's just everyone grousing.
It's beleaguered day.
Yeah.
There you go.
Anyway,
So yeah, and he's got this iron blonde hair and just in a severe bun. He really shows off his ears. He's actually quite, he's elven, so of course he's GQ looking.
Yeah.
Does
he strike as like actual elven or one of the?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I figured, but yeah.
Yeah, either that or he had an incredibly expensive cosmetic job going on. But no, you don't see any of the scars or any of the telling features. This guy is legitimate. So as you come up, you see that he's got some rings on his hand, and he starts rubbing one of his rings as you come up. He looks not nervous, really, just kind of wary.
Okay.
Like he's a guy that's used to things going wrong around him.
Yeah.
And so as you're coming up, he steps away from the table, gives himself clearance, and when he does that, you notice that his attire is well tailored, but not quite enough not to see that edge of a gun just underneath his shoulder there. Yeah, it's like, so what have you brought me? He looks up at the both of you. Interesting. I'm sorry, you introduced yourself as Victor. Strong name.
Yeah.
Okay. Russian, German,
Russian.
Family, also elves.
I would give a little cough and not an actual answer there. Maybe like in the inside. This is what our
understood. Where did you study?
God, I don't know. I never. I would give him some phony, hermitage or something like that over in Russia. I'm pretty sure I'm all street learned.
Moscow Community College.
Yeah,
I mean, actually, you could give him a real. You can give him a real university if you want. You would know one.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like, not Ivy League, but good school. Good school. So tell me, why did you bring him with you? Is he a bodyguard?
No, he's a friend. And
I'm a shaman myself. I'm self-taught, though. I don't really have credentials.
Yes, but more to the point, why are you bringing a greenskin here?
Oh, well, much like your new recruits who modify themselves to look like elves, I also am a fan, and this is how I pay tribute in the same way, just through magic.
Right, bullshit him for me. Give me some kind of roll here.
Okay, all right.
That's smart thinking, though.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to go with intelligence and mastermind, which are my two biggest die.
Okay.
So my attribute is a D10, and my approach is a D12. And then distinction, sneaky, greedy, and duplicitous seems like a D6 I could add there.
Sure.
And that's probably about it. Like the fact that I'm a shaman and orc doesn't really persuade him any here, I don't think. All right.
So this guy is not a is not a foot trooper, so he has his own pool. All right. So the best you can do is a 10. And that one doesn't do anything, so a 10.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's gonna see through that. He's like, look, that may or may not be the truth. But friend, and again he looks over at Ivan, to say that you are a friend of the greenskin such as this, instead of him being an employee or a bodyguard, is I don't think you're very fitting for our club here.
This is there anything I can do to rectify this?
Well, and he looks over at Falk. If you really are a silvophile, well, I'm just going to make up that word.
I like it. That's good. Okay.
Then you know something about our history.
Yes.
So, and while he says this, he pulls out like a silver cigarette case. He taps out a cigarette. Enlighten me. While he does that, when he pulls out the cigarette case, And he's doing that little tapping. You know that the big bruiser that brought you over here suddenly becomes very alert, motioning for some people to come around, and they're just standing, arms crossed in a circle around you guys.
Yeah, there are enough foot soldiers of even lesser quality here that could be bad, let alone these more trained folks.
So he says kind of loudly to the group now, so enlighten me. Let us see how much you belong in our society.
So this is to me?
No, it's to Falk.
It's to me.
Techno-G's listening, ready to.
Yeah,
that's like, I'm ready. I know a bunch of it, but you go. I got your back.
So what would you like to know first? The origins, the oft misconstrued and misunderstood origins, or
let's go with that.
I start reading into our comm unit from the books of what was his name? That's
what I was hoping is that you have those. I was hoping you'd still have. Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Here it is. Here it is. And I just start reading out meaningful passages.
So
the history of the Aaron the scribe. That's right.
Yeah. Aaron.
I'm not even gonna make you roll. He's like, well, you're well read.
Yeah. So I err on the side of caution and filed that away for myself in my studies because I do take this seriously.
All right. Yeah. He kind of nods and says, okay, well, that's certainly a point in your favor. Certainly. What was your parentage? Were you unfortunately transformed this way and maybe one of your parents were elven?
I actually,
when he says that,
he's trying to give
got
me
that hand on the ring again, just kind of rubbing it like this.
I get the impression that maybe that is him hinting to me that that's what I need to admit to, and so I'm gonna say that is not only what I know to be true, it is my greatest wish in the world that I can, let's say, live up to that standard fully.
Interesting. Are anyone in Falk's family elven? It's possible.
I mean, he probably doesn't know. I kind of always thought of him as like gutter trash. Like he kind of came up
so you actually don't know. Your word choice was important.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give that to you. He looks. Okay. I mean, if we're going to, and he lowers his voice a little bit, if we're going to let the street rabble in simply by sewing ears to their head, I suppose this is no real difference.
That was my hope.
You wouldn't be the first of our green-skinned companions that had an interest, although more surgical options are generally the approach. I'm willing to hear you both out.
Thank you.
He just kind of motions. He turns his back on you. The ring of people just kind of part to let him out, and he's walking towards the elevator.
Oh, I follow.
Okay.
Same.
Yep. You guys get on the elevator. Once you get in, you can tell the elevator it's hardened. Like when the elevator doors open, you can see that it's several inches of plate steel.
Okay.
As you get in and it closes. The key bank has no buttons. There's just like a palm scanner or a scanner on it, which he places his palm on, and he looks up to the ceiling. Level 2. There's a little green flash, and elevator starts to rise. Well, gentlemen, you're here for a reason. Let's say for the moment, I believe you're interested in our group as membership. Let's say for the moment. What is it you hope to gain here? What is it you hope that our little society can do to better you?
Connections with other like-minded individuals, with resources to help further our own education and enlightenment.
And I actually would like to, if provided the opportunity, learn more to know if my heritage does indeed line up in the ways that I hope for.
Interesting. Well, if that is true, and you're not here to steal from us in one respect or another, we can certainly use talent like yourselves. And it occurs to me that this is not your first time that you have used nice words and a bit of spellcraft to weasel your way into an organization. I like that. Maybe we can come to an understanding. And with that, the elevator door opens. If you guys want to open up the second floor map there to take a look, you're welcome to do so. Okay. Number 4 is the elevator bank. Okay. So when that opens up, he says, "Okay, let's go into the conference room, number 5 here."
Okay.
And he takes you in. The moment you pass into the conference room, Techno-G, you lose them. They go off comms. All right, so we're going to cut. Techno-G, you've just lost communication with Ivan and Falk.
So low ballers, I'm saying I could probably rig a bowling ball that, it's our turn. I'm literally in the middle of a sentence. You beat other teams. There you go. Gantu and I were talking about me joining the low ballers because I'm pretty sure I could rig a bowling ball to, hit the right pins. Gantu, it seems that I've lost connection to our friends. Now, it sounded friendly as we were listening. So I don't think we have to worry about them, but perhaps load the weapons.
Right. I mean, they are.
Don't worry, but load the weapons.
Infiltrate a potential, murderous.
What is it like? Expect the best, prepare for the worst
place.
Type. That's where we are right now.
Yeah. So I imagine I've been driving around with a little bit, so I will beeline over there just in case. Yeah.
Are you taking the rest of your team with you?
We're not
exactly
I don't see
runners.
Why not. Yeah, I think they'll drop me off.
All right. Yeah.
They can throw shoes and bowling balls at opponents. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, they've got security history, but a lot of them aren't really that healthy.
Especially the twitchy one.
Yeah, especially the twitchy one. That's what we call them. We just call them Twitch. So yeah, I'll definitely meet up with Ivan.
All right, so we'll say they just drop you off in front of Techno-G's van then.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what do you guys do?
Updates? Anything?
While I was listening to what was going on, I was also listening to what was going on with Gantu because I'm like overlord. So her name was Carrie.
It was Carrie. Carrie Taylor. Was it? Was that right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've been scoping her out online to try to ascertain her online storage capabilities, so that I might, gently pry them open and investigate.
Well, actually, if you scan the public databases first, her name definitely appears on a lot of breaking news cases. She has brought, a couple of serious cartels down. Like her big thing has been drug cartels. Like she has brought crippling damage to a lot of the cartels that work out of California or the Cal Free Zone. The interesting thing about her is that since she does a lot of undercover work, there are no pictures of her on the net. There are none. There's no descriptions of her. And typically when she gives an interview or she is doing the announcing, voice modulation is going on.
Mm-hmm. But that's all common knowledge. What I'm looking
That's common knowledge. So yeah, if you want to dig and you want to break into some databases, make me a roll.
All right.
Family or other connections too.
I think I just have to take that off, and I'm at intelligence, hacker, technology overcomes all. Just gonna roll those 3. Ooh.
Okay. So a 10 is going to be your target. You can easily make a 10.
Yeah.
All right, so you do some digging. You break into a few databases.
D12 effect die.
Right. First thing you're able to find out is, while she does have a registered SIN and you're able to get bank account information for how she's getting paid by her agency, it's fake. The SIN is fake. You're able to do a little bit of backstopping, back checking, and you're getting into some sealed records from the state. She's got a sealed juvie record, which you cannot break into. And she has adoption records with original birth parents being sealed, also could not get into. But you've got some pictures of her younger, like preteen and teens from that.
All right, I'll throw that up into a cloud app to start aging them to see what she might look like now.
Yeah, and Gantu, it does. I mean, like, before he even starts the manipulation, it does highly resemble the picture you were given.
And payments from her account to online storage accounts or online account.
That's actually a good one.
Recent activity too. Like, is there activity?
Yeah. There's been no recent activity into her accounts at all. Not in the last month. You do see a reoccurring payment that's auto debited every month for a storage facility.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh. And that is called.
It's a Salashi facility, which is up north area. It's actually a pretty good secure area, but it's for a secure storage facility, like a storage, like these college stow and go places you see all over the place, right?
Sure.
But it's a secure facility, climate controlled box. It looks like, if you're able to track the records back, it's a 10 by 10 cube, climate controlled.
Mm-hmm.
Climate control, you say?
That's where I would keep a server of all the information I didn't want anyone to break into.
Oh, okay.
Especially if you could pump data bursts to it at specific times to keep it off the grid, which we've just seen some other criminals do. I'm not saying she was a criminal, I'm just saying. Not standard.
I was actually thinking, if she's
living up
like all of her stuff is sealed. She's taken down like cartels and stuff. Like, this is not somebody who's, she can hide. Like, clearly, like, she can hide. So I'm wondering if maybe, I don't know.
Well, Gantu, I guess we have a lead on you.
Yeah, we definitely have a lead.
Taylor.
Any word on our friends?
No, nothing. They've been offline now for. It probably took you a good, 20 minutes to do that.
They were too busy talking this out.
Right.
Yeah,
we were gone.
Yeah. So
20 minutes.
So, Ivan and Falk. So you know that you lost communications as soon as you crossed the threshold, and you see why. On the desk is what they call a secure room bot. It's basically making static that there's nothing electronic going out of this room.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right. And it is a boardroom. I mean, like, you see projected growth numbers on the wall. The growth numbers look like they're corresponding to, like, numbers of people, not money, but people.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Human chattel, the resources.
Because they're planning a war.
There's a map on the wall that's divvying out areas of Seattle between, you don't actually know what it means. They've color coded areas of Seattle.
Gotcha.
Right. So yeah, he just takes a chair, he sits down, he just kind of waves you to take one if you want.
Yeah, I'll follow suit.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna show keen interest, like overt interest, in everything that's being displayed and projected. I want to make it obvious that I'm looking at things. I'm not scared to look at things. I'm there to learn.
Yes, as you can see, we are a growing concern. We hope to have enough numbers to really push our agenda coming this next political cycle that's happening.
That makes sense. When you say push your agenda, I assume that the growth of the people here is probably the most important asset, as represented by your chart, I imagine.
Of course, yes. Your workforce is always number one. So tell me, what's your target and how much are you being paid?
That is a very bold question, my friend.
And he just lifts the eyebrow.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was meant to be a shock question. Let us see how well you guys are able to.
Yeah.
No,
So,
I know nothing of the sort. As I explained down below, I'm looking to find out more about my heritage, and I've always fancied a thing or two.
That's
right. So I'm gonna need a roll because he did do it specifically to try and shock a reaction out of you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Willpower or intelligence or even alertness would work. Like so like if you saw the clues coming up to the question, you kind of stilled yourself. Willpower just forcing yourself not to react. Intelligence to quickly think of a better explanation. Any of those would work.
I'm gonna go.
But mastermind is probably going to be the approach that's going to work the best.
Willpower, mastermind.
All right. Any distinctions, talents, or assets you want to throw in there?
My distinction is a rash decision is better than no decision. Think I could apply that to that? Just,
Yeah. Sure. Just come up with a rash rebuttal when you roll it. That's fine.
I think for me, I'm going to go with intelligence, mastermind, and sneaky as my 3.
Okay.
And if you need both of us to, I imagine you might.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. I got mine. We're both pretty close. Ooh. I don't.
Okay. I did roll a 1. So both of you guys are gonna. I'll go ahead and.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, so that doesn't count into anything. I am trying to actually beat your number. So you guys tell me what you're going to assemble for a target number.
My target number is going to be a 14.
Mine is going to be, let's see, mine's going to be a 15.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So Ivan, what do you say? What is the rash thing that you say?
I would never take jobs to infiltrate such a wonderful organization as yours. This is absolutely absurd. I have never heard such malarkey.
But said more convincingly than Chuck just.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So the sneaky
malarkey
thing
really carries it over.
Yeah. That's
And
the rash part is.
Yeah.
The rash is just you going off and not really having much to say.
Yeah. I could see it kind of accusatory, like how dare you sort of
just
thing.
getting hackles up, right?
Yeah.
More than actually saying anything.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go the sneaky route, and I'm going to pull down my shaman totem mask, and I'm gonna turn off my voice modulator. I'm gonna say, if I was here for a target, you know that I was here for a target. Now, don't you think? And then click, put it back up.
All right. Well, color me convinced. Well, boys, I think we could use you. It's more than just the riffraff that we generally pull in. I tell you what, we've got some things planned in the next few days.
Okay.
Assuming you don't mind getting your hand dirty and maybe show off some of your leadership potential. Have a few guys under you.
I can do this, In the old country, I bossed all sorts of people around.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I tell you what, let's call this an entrance interview. He shoots you some data to your pans, which works within the room, just not outwards. Here's a date and a time. We'll give you a few days to, do your homework. You go to that location. We'll have, I don't know, today's numbers are pretty good. Let's say we'll have 20 guys, 20 recruits show up with you there. And basically, you're going to be a little propaganda arm for us.
Okay.
I think our particular set of skills might be useful in that regard. As you can see, the manipulation and things is kind of his bag, I say.
I've got some flair for panache. I can.
Yeah.
Right. So you're going to be handing out pamphlets.
It's got to be a hook.
Tossing out a little bit of rhetoric, but what you're really going to be doing is causing a scene. This area is, it's downtown, public. it's you're going to cause a little disruption to they call themselves an Institute of Learning that recently opened up that has some very anti-Sylvan propaganda displayed in their windows. Actually, are you guys scrolling through the data?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I think we'd be trying to figure everything out we could while we were in here.
He's actually wanting you to hand out Elven propaganda in front of a Humanist Poly Club storefront. Yeah. So they're
good. Yeah, that'll go great.
So try to not get all of your soldiers killed, but you're going to be causing a disturbance that needs to last for half hour, perhaps.
Okay.
I look like I'm doing the mental math of like 20 people and 30 minutes in my head.
This may be none of our business, but it sounds like we are creating distraction.
That's exactly what you're doing.
Okay.
I
can distract my heart out.
We've got some rather skilled hackers that are going to break into their database, and the more distracted they are, the less they'll see what happens.
I can do that. Where is stance on property damage of this?
Well, I mean, riots happen. They have insurance.
I can deal with that.
I like this
you, my
very
friend,
much.
We have us a deal.
Good. As I said, we will call this your interview. Do well, and I'm sure we will have a place in our organization for you.
Absolutely.
I look forward to doing our best and showing that we can be of value, my good sir.
Absolutely.
He tosses out a few cred chips on the table. He says, a little bit of funds. You'll need to print out the propaganda sheets and whatever else you want to use as a cover.
Absolutely.
Also, they'll act as identification if you need to talk to me.
Okay. This is a great opportunity, and I thank you for this. Yeah.
Tone and tenor, agreed.
Yeah.
This is fantastic. I'm excited to get going. Really, can we do this now? Just let's say like.
Oh no, it'll take several days before we have things in place. Just follow the information there. And by the way, Arendal, he puts out his hand.
It is a pleasure.
Kalk, good to meet you.
Wow. Okay.
Found one.
All right. I'll shake his hand, say thank you a few more times, and is he escorting us out?
Well, no, actually, he basically just dismisses you. It's like, have a look around if you'd like.
Okay. I will definitely take a few minutes to snoop around.
Yeah,
okay.
That's great.
As soon as you exit the room, comms coming back on. So Techno G, it's like this loud whining for a moment as everything comes back on.
I can vary the balls so that nobody. Oh, hey, you guys are back.
Yeah. So that went really well, actually.
I'll immediately beam over my information.
Yeah, when I say that like I'm talking to Ivan. Like, that went really well, actually. Like, that kind of double speak.
I'm looking forward to this new opportunity we've been given coming up here soon.
We also have a new opportunity over here in the Orc Vulgar graffiti van. If you guys are done screwing around with those fake elves.
We were going to triple dip this freaking job. I'm telling you.
We're getting paid so much.
Yeah.
This could be our highest paying gig ever. And we'll either have to burn all bridges or, well, we might just be rich enough to retire. Who cares?
Looking around in this area, do I see anything that catches my eye right off the bat, or anything of note?
Yeah, mostly this floor is made up of a lot of private rooms, fairly large in size. So like Arendal's room is number 5 on the map just below you. And then all around, like each of the larger rooms are all private rooms. You do see through the door here at the end of 4. There are stairs going down to the first level, but the elevator bank is like right here in the middle of the hallway.
Okay.
But yeah, they all look like private offices.
Are there nameplates or anything on those offices?
No, there's not.
Okay.
There's not. And they all have now that you're taking a look at it, it's kind of a funky steel door. There's no, you can't see into the offices. There's no windows.
Listen, Kalk, my friend, after eating all those wonderful hors d'oeuvres downstairs.
They were great.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what 6 where the stairwell is a lounge. Yeah.
I would just suggest that maybe we should take the stairs down to walk off a few calories.
Oh, absolutely. I don't want to be a pork, just an orc.
And well, as you open the door and go into the lounge has got, it's got a lot of potted plants. There are vending machines all over the walls, different, good food.
Okay.
Not your normal soy-based stuff. Coffee machines, real coffee again. It's got real coffee except for you. But as you're entering, you see a tall elven woman. Basically, she's leaving as you're getting in, and she goes into that room 7 there. It's just, closes the door.
Real quick, actually, seeing that there's coffee machines, I'll go and get a cup of coffee for Techno-G.
Such a sweetheart.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
The coffee machines have little pictogram labels, and the one that's set up for the day has a picture of looks like a little squirrel that's crapping out coffee beans.
Yes. Get the Piku coffee. That's the best. Some people prefer the elephant coffee. I just had a weird discussion about this in some other online space. Goodman's Discord channel. And but I prefer the rat pooped coffee, if possible.
Okay.
You're so sweet, Ivan.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll get him a cup of coffee. I also want to maybe make a mental note of that elven woman that walked by.
Yep. From the list of names that Techno-G pulled down, actually Techno-G, unless they mention it, you don't have eyes on these guys. You just have ears on these guys, so you would not have seen her.
But I know the sound of a coffee vending machine.
Yes, you do.
I'm like, oh, is that French press?
Yeah. Well, Falk and you did have that coffee excursion at the publishing house there for a while.
I installed all the applications in my rig so I can smell.
Yeah. So I'll just make a mental note and I'll get a cup of coffee and take it downstairs with us.
Sure. All right. Well, if you go down the stairway, first floor is a bunch of open offices, desks. There are a lot of people manning them. Looks like they're doing, they're filling out propaganda forms. They're typing up requests. A lot of people are, they got their phone systems up. It looks like they're doing a lot of calling for funding.
Okay.
That sort of thing. So that it looks like a legitimate business down here as all of this is going on. A few people see you coming down the stairs. No one really pays much attention to you. Obviously, if you're coming from up there, then you're supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's maybe 24 workers here. Mix of men, women, all elven or faux elven.
How protected does this room with their technology seem? Does it also seem like it's got the sort of technology so this is very low tech. This is a call bank.
Tech. They're all in cubicles. They're not even closed off walls. They're just cubicles everybody's set up in.
Yeah. This is not the sensitive floor.
12 people named Jake in khakis.
All of you do notice that they do have an awful lot of security cameras around on this floor, though.
Okay.
That's good. That's good to know.
Yeah, I'll just take in my sights and then head for the front door.
Yeah.
All right.
And which direction is the front door here, would you say? Is that the 11 there? Is it the outside?
Actually, let me pull it up myself. Ground floor. Actually, no. The way out is basically it's right I can't I can't point to
Yeah.
so right above 10. See the door
above
that's right
10?
above 10?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I was hoping we could like kind of walk through that cubicle space, and then it looks like we probably would a bit. So yeah. So I kind of want to try to take in what I can on the way out that door.
And what you're hearing is like it's a campaign. They're drumming up funds. Honestly, as you're going through and listening, it sounds like it's a political campaign.
Mhm.
Like they're trying to drum up funds for a candidate.
Do we
I'm
know
running,
of any candidates that are running on a pro
According to my voice recognition patterns.
there is actually a very large political thing going on within the year. There are some rumors that a dragon is going to be running for president.
Son of a
shit.
Son of a dragon's horde.
And okay.
That's just, hearsay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And the Lord Dunkelzahn doesn't announce his presidency until it's like a last minute thing. So yeah.
The who?
Okay. So if he's not actively announcing his presidency, they're not phone banking for him.
But they could be a political action committee, which I think we should get rid of. That are raising money to run polls and sell buy ads and stuff like that.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what a lot of what you're hearing. That's what it's sounding like. It's sounding very much like getting a war chest together for a political movement.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I've got my info.
This sort of thing has only been possible after netizens united. It's a real shame.
Yeah, when you have 6 hackable Android judges on the Supreme Court, it's not properly fair.
No.
All right, I'll take.
There's actually, I swear, guys, I am not meaning this to have any correspondence with anything going on now. But if you read the early Shadowrun books, my gosh, is it so similar?
I love it. It's almost like it was prescient, and we're living in a hellscape or something.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
Hey, Chuck, if you're doing any research on cyberpunk, you're going to find the same thing there too.
Yeah. I'll take my leave of the building and go meet up in the van.
Clearly, dystopia in all fiction prior to today equals 2020.
Yeah.
Man, all I'm saying is that I'm waiting for the magic to come back then. Anytime now.
I want to be an orc boy.
Maybe it'll help with climate change. Who knows?
Yeah.
Well, once the Native American nations get their juju back, heck yeah.
They're in hiding with their super techno stuff, and they're just going to rise up out of the reservations and fly away.
That would be great. I'd be all for that.
That's more.
Please, I just want anyone to escape America safely. Honestly,
before someone else builds a wall around it.
Well, you guys get out of the building intact with kind of a job opportunity. Yeah. All right. There you go. What are you going to do with all this data?
So first thing I'll do is when I get in the van is I'll excitedly convey the information that we met Arundel.
Can you give me the coffee?
Oh yeah, I'll give the coffee over. Yeah. Like we met Arundel. Like we were face to face. We could have killed him, but I think that would have ruined the current plans.
Whoa, freeze. Arundel? That's one of the 6 we have to kill, actually. I've got a name.
Yeah.
I got a list of names. Xerxes, Alair, Charlie Taro, Death Edge. You didn't see Death Edge, did you? I'm pretty sure he did.
I don't know.
Black crying makeup or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Arundel and Fiorel.
I would just relay the job. Like we met Arundel. We've been given a job. We're going to take 20 dudes, run a protest, a false protest / riot in front of this,
Yep.
Yeah.
So
and it needs to last us about 30 minutes worth of distraction is what I catch that they're putting down.
Going to have hackers tap in and steal information
from it's a political distraction thing.
My thought is that maybe you can steal the information first and plant bogus information.
Oh, Ivan, we're meshing so well, brother.
But yeah, that's my thought. If you can, we need to be successful in this job without them being successful.
if you guys are sharing information on his list of 6, since he got the 6 names,
Yeah.
Fiorelli is the only woman on the list.
I'll convey, like, I did see a woman there. I don't know who it was, but I got a good look at her. I can give you a description.
I'll listen to that description, and I'm just curious if it matches if it matches the description of Carrie Taylor at all.
No, he doesn't. No. Yeah.
Okay.
But it matches the one they saw on the second floor.
Well, you have a list of names. You don't actually have pictures to go with those names.
Wait, okay. I have a folder of photos. I didn't have time to check. Threw them up on my Dropbox. Did she look like this? This?
Yeah, it's several hundred pictures of like different rallies and like going back through them. They're all old. Like all these pictures were from like a decade ago, when APN was first really starting out as a movement. And you do see Arendelle. It's really weird. Like he's wearing like this tie-dye kind of outfit. He's got these little linen-like glasses on. He's holding up protest signs. And you see the woman as well. And she's dressed like in this flame red kind of t-shirt. Her hair has been dyed flame red. She's got the severe high cheekbones. She's very classical elven features, and she's pumping her fist in the background, holding up a sign. But again, like all these pictures, 10 years ago, there's nothing new in here. So like what you got was somebody's personal photo dump that they were just had on their local storage. So yes, you do see the woman that you saw just in passing in these pictures.
There's no name tied to it. Yeah.
No.
Okay. Well, that's a step. So yeah, I saw her up there. This is what she currently looks like, and that's her in that picture right there.
All right, so we have a potential target. We just don't have a name attached to it.
Yeah.
I had an aha when all this was going on. Like the movement was actually altruistic in the beginning, but now it's been subverted into some diabolical plot to overthrow.
That's how it always works
that
out.
Part yet.
Bert, you said there's only one woman on the board?
There's only one woman on the board.
And who was that again?
Fiorelle.
Okay.
Fierelle.
Okay.
Which we think is that woman. Here, I'll drop some stuff into chat that I picked up, like the big 6.
Okay.
There's their names.
Yep. Well,
now I have to schedule a virtual bot to go and read their line. So basically interfere with their line so that I can trap all their FinDat that they're going to send at midnight so that we can find out something about where they're getting their money from.
Okay. It's inside. It looks like they're doing it's a political thing. Like they're mapping out districts. They're counting people. Yeah. And tonight's thing was a thug recruitment thing for this job we got coming up.
It's a weird mix, don't you think?
Yeah.
Like if they have big money coming in, what do they need like violent disruption for? I mean, I suppose you can cover all bases and stuff, but it seems like they've been subverted for some reason, for something that's not the original. Can I go back into the history, Bert, and find out like when they were founded, what their message was back then?
That's going to take some digging. The history is pretty long and in depth, but you can certainly do it, and it doesn't even require a roll. It just takes time to go through like all of the news broadcasts, all the scream sheets, stuff that's been put out over them. They've been going on for more than 10 years now.
All right, I'll put that in the background. Like that'll be a thing that I work on in between the action. And Gantu's got some super cool information that we should probably follow up on too.
He'll wake up as he's been dozing off a bit, and he'll say, right, so we're gonna get paid double. We gotta find this woman. She looks like this. There's a place up north. I think either there's Techno J thinks that there's a server or something thingy thing. I think maybe she's hiding out there. Y'all busy? You wanna take a ride? Or
Yeah. Well, Bert, when was this job we needed to do?
Yeah.
She
Several days from now. It's on next Tuesday, so it's like 4 days away.
Okay.
Okay.
we can organize it online. I'll
5
set up
days.
some bots. They'll go recruit specific types of personality profiles for you. We can assist with that. I think this woman might have information that we could use about these guys, the APN.
Okay.
That
Well,
seems to be her thing, right, Gantu?
I mean, she's some fancy ass investigative reporter and such, taking down like cartels and things, and getting the feeling either A, she's got stuff on the APN, and we can find that stuff, or we can find her and still get that stuff or something. I mean, or this is just a big wild ass goose chase. But if you got a couple days,
There's like 20 grand in it. You forgot to say.
Oh, that's right.
I'm
Did I say
super
20?
motivated.
I meant
We're
10.
in.
There's 10 grand.
No, I was listening in. There's
10.
15 grand.
There's 10 grand for everybody. For
That's
me.
true.
For you. Shit. Damn it.
Yeah. Let's say the only thing we've got to do between now and then, we've got to get some flyers and shit printed for our protest.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Go to Kinko's.
we got to go to
I
Kinko's.
could just override. I'll just rig into somebody's printer. It'll start spewing stuff out.
Hey.
You walk in, sweep it up,
we
be like,
did
sorry,
get-
just walk out.
We did get some money for this too, so
Well, I mean, it doesn't mean we have to spend it on pamphlets.
we don't. I'm just saying.
No.
What plebeians do.
We've
I mean,
got.
if we kill them all before your job, we just keep it.
That's
as
a great
finders, right?
The only other point I was going to make on this is that we were asked not to get all of our grunts killed.
So
a
if
bunch
you are
of- A bunch of grunts with surgically attached ears.
Oh, so I've already put out the word
I got
to
you.
some of the gangs that we don't like,
Mm-hmm.
that we maybe have a job for them anonymously if they're willing to wear prosthetic elf ears.
Wait, how many of them?
Two
grunts
birds,
you
one
got?
stone.
20.
20. And so Gantu starts counting on his fingers. 20 times 3K a piece. That's 60K right there.
I'm really hoping the Halloweeners answer.
Oh man. Anyway, yeah, that's
Wow.
exactly what I was getting at. Like, we're gonna have
Yeah.
all these people here. We've asked not to kill them all. Let's just kill most of them, and we can harvest some ears.
Pick the weakest gangs. We'll load up the 20 with them. They get killed. And then the next weakest gang we can infiltrate and take over. And then we have a constant income source that we're not even involved in. Oh, wait, this is getting really
So we got,
planned earlier today.
We got about another 10 minutes. Is there anything else you guys want to do before we end the session for the night? Any particular thing you want to tackle, look into?
I don't have anything else I want to research. If we've got to go investigate this joint that they found,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that feels like legwork. It feels like we have to kind of go there
yeah,
to do anything.
I'm
not sure what we can do remotely.
I don't know if there's any prep we actually need to do for that other than just driving over.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
all crash out and I'll drive the van. And while I'm doing that, I'm rigging up bowling balls to take mental commands from me. And you're all like, what is going on?
As one does, really. I
Yeah.
mean,
Sometimes, you know, when you do this with your head, you really want to go that way.
We have enough time to do that scene, or at least get started with it. So you want to drive to where the storage location is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So it's a fairly nice facility. It does have it's a compound. You got to check in at the front. So that's the first thing that you've got to get through. Is it's late now. It's actually really late at night. They do have a guard on duty. As you drive up, he just kind of waves at you from his shack. So you're presented with a fence that's set up on a system that can be operated by the guard to open or close.
mm.
Is it one of those things where like, because I know when I used to have one of these, like we could just like do our card, order a code. So
In this case, it would just be you'd transmit your code to the gate,
Okay.
and it would open.
jam
Techno.
techno in the ribs.
This is you, Techno.
I'm working on it. Can't you hear me typing?
Oh, okay.
Actually, we can make this a little easier. What Techno?
Wait, hold
What
on.
what size die do you have under your hacker?
Under my hacker, sorry, I moved the microphone away to catch the keyboard. Under my hacker, it's a D12.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's like, this is simple, 4-code system. You just run through every code you can, and just as a burst transmission, finally it finds one that boop, gates roll open, the guard just waves at you. He's got a cup of coffee in one hand.
We'll bring you a big drink later.
That's the new thing. Just bring everyone big gulps.
Yeah, here you go.
Just delivered by drone always. Just
Yeah.
Okay. You're not alone. As you're driving through, you see there's like a big black van that's pulled up to the back of one of these storage bins, and out of it, like, there's a couple of big trolls, a few orcs, and there's a human smoking a cigar in the front seat. And they're bringing out these big, heavy crates of something. And as you're going by, one of the crates drop, like a bunch of grenades and some guns fall out. They're like, scoop it back in real quick. start moving stuff into their shed.
Hey, we'll buy that busted crate of stuff from you.
Let's make a note of what number that crate is,
exactly.
or that unit is.
The unit is right.
Side camera on the spy hunter van now is like, got it.
All right, so you find the section that she is renting a 10x10 from. It's a specialized session. Not only does it have just climate control, but it actually has networking ran into it as well. Like hard lines ran into it.
Yeah.
Is it drive up?
Yeah.
Like just park right out front and like go throw some clamps up on some lines, like click, click. I'm like, hold on, I think I can probably maybe get into this network and see what's going on the inside.
Okay. Here, let me roll some dice here to see what time it is. See if you're lucky.
2 a.m. to 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you clamp on. The line is live, but there's no data on it. There's just the live carrier being sent, so there's no actual data going in either direction. It's just a live line.
Falk, you want to take a look inside?
Yeah, I think we're pretty sure that this is mundane enough that nothing's going to see me. Do you want to try to do your detection first?
Yeah, I can do a detection.
Okay. So you're going to detect what? Life?
Detect magic.
Detect magic. Okay.
Ooh, detect life isn't bad. I do want to kick off with detect magic. He's going in astral form, so I think that's a little more.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's going to be a 10, an 8, a 6, and an 8. And an 8. Take
You're
16,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of glad that you did check. The front roll-up doors, and it's got the lock, that pretty big lock that jams into either side of the door.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The whole thing has been magically glyphed. Like it's a protection charm. Something very bad would happen if you try and open this without deactivating that.
Okay.
Okay.
But that doesn't necessarily say that anything's going to detect if I'm using clairvoyance. Like, there's not like there was the Hearth Guardian before. Like, there's nothing. Active.
Well, there's no nice, Chris. There's no shielding. I mean, you can tell that by your magic. So there's nothing protecting you from being able to go through the wall astrally and take a look. Whether or not there's something inside, actually, Chuck detecting magic. That's the only thing that showed up was the door.
Okay.
Interesting to note is just the door, though. Like the sides of the building, nothing.
Huh.
So yeah, I would relay that information. Yeah.
The roof.
Yeah, clean.
Yeah.
Cancel will climb up there then.
Okay.
While you're doing your other scouting.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's basically a squat, flat square, 10x10 unit that's put on a slab, brick slab or cement slab. So flat top roof. You see where the cables go in for some very fast internet action there.
Any vents or anything that can be pried open, maybe? Or you said it's climate controlled.
Well, it's climate controlled, so it's got a unit.
Okay.
On the roof, but no other holes.
Okay. All right. I'll relay it down and I'll wait for if you're going to do a clairvoyance before we do anything more.
Yeah, so talking with the group, do we think that the large door that is the only secured thing is not a bad area to kind of clairvoyance into and poke around at? Kind of seems like that's the crux of the building. It's the only thing they care about.
Well, it's natural items that only block your perception through, right?
Yeah.
So just don't risk it. Go through the roof.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Or you don't even have to just do the side.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't even have to
Well, that's kind of what I was wondering. Like, if they're worried about, well, yeah. So I was gonna say like come in sideways the door, but roof down makes total sense. Yeah.
As long as
If you come in through the side and you happen
Yeah.
to see something super interesting in somebody else's 10 by 10 and we break it open and take it, yeah, it happens too.
Yeah.
We are runners.
Okay.
I'll give you a hand up to the roof, then I'll just
Okay.
reach down.
All right.
Okay. Give me some magic roll there, just to make sure you don't strain yourself out.
Yep. I have the pool ready to go, knowing we do it. So.
Ooh, okay. You did roll a 1, so that's strain. What size of die is that?
That is the D12.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That is the D12.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you you have a little brain aneurysm. You just knock yourself out.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Wow.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
worst die to get the 1 on. Yeah, so he looks actually to you guys, it looks normal. His body drops and goes limp.
Oh, okay.
Nobody catches them.
I'm in the
Grab
throes
him in the
of
face.
dying here, and they're just like, he's doing his thing, man. It's what he does. He's like
Making smiling faces
Norm-
with your like, there you go. Look how happy he looks.
Normally, I thought he sits down or something.
After a handful of minutes, when I think he should be back,
You
would
start seeing him
my
foam at the mouth a
Yeah.
little bit.
would
So a
my-
D12 is 1 die over from death
yeah,
Oh,
or
dear.
a coma.
yeah,
Oh, dear.
yeah.
In this
One-
case, it
one
would be
die
a coma
over?
because whenever we
Well,
get into
yeah,
a situation where there is the possibility of death, I have to tell you guys that it's high stakes.
Gotcha,
It's not high
gotcha.
stakes, but
Gotcha.
you could be out for a while if that gets staged over.
No, that's actually cool because it allows you to say like, "Hey, I'm not going to use that approach because I don't want to take that big of a risk in something where death is a
Yeah.
possibility." That makes sense. I dig that. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's convulsing a little bit. He's foaming at the mouth.
Well, that's the thing. I was still thinking like caulk, not Falk, is the problem, and just
Anything
I
we
like
can do
climb up
to
on the
help him?
van and look. I'm like, I don't think that's normal. He hasn't foamed at the mouth like that.
Yeah.
I'll put like one of my chrome fingers like in his mouth to keep him from like biting his tongue. Like, can we do
We're
something
taking
about this
all
guy?
the precautions.
The thing that would concern me is like we could pick up something seriously went wrong, but would we pick up something just he fucked up, or would we pick it up
That's
as
fair.
something got him?
It's true. So I mean, you wait like a couple minutes go by, and he's just laying there twitching.
Like drinking the rest of my coffee, and I'm like, I'm not throwing it on him.
I
This
don't
stuff
blame
is
you.
hard to get.
Would my detect magic? Could I detect his clairvoyance location? Like,
You could tell if he's gone astral. Yeah.
okay, I'd be like, listen, he's inside his body. He's just fucked up. We should maybe get him medical care.
The rest of us just freeze. Gantu and I are like, oh, I don't know what to do there.
Medical care. Okay.
So put him in the van, I guess.
Yeah, let's put him in the van. Take him home.
Can
see
you
if he-
can you slap him or something? Will that help?
Hey, we could
No?
try. I mean, if not, it's just good old fashioned fun.
I smack him with the chrome hand.
Oh God.
Also, he might not remember it, so
Yeah.
we're
Does anybody
okay.
have any? Does anybody have any medical background at all?
No.
Don't
no,
think
we're,
so.
we're just all just cut purses and scallywags here.
All right. So the one thing you do know you could do, if he is as long as he's still breathing and alive, you could stop at a stuffer shack and get a slap patch. I mean, it's basically it's a patch of drugs you slap on somebody and it gives them an adrenaline shock, and it generally will wake someone up that's gone comatose.
Now that you say that, Bert, I feel like in the D8 in the well outfitted van, there might be like a first aid kit, maybe.
Yeah, if you want to spend some of your more than ample chips for that,
Can I spend 2 and that
can
turns
spend
it
2 to
into
make it permanent.
D6?
Yeah, it'll give you a D6 and make it permanent.
effing first aid kit. All right,
there's first aid.
First aid. Effing aid.
So if you slap one of the
like lemonade.
We'll slap
Durham patches on him, it'll drop you from D12 to D10. So you're conscious, but you're messed up. You are
we
really
slap it on
up.
his forehead because that's where we think he's having problems. Like, stick it on his forehead, it'll be fine. It says put on arm.
Oh God!
You don't apply it directly to head. Really, this was misguided. Thank you.
Take 2 of those points. Is that 2 points, Bert?
A D6 is 1 die level, so it'll reduce his D12 down to a D10.
D10.
So he's no longer comatose.
But I mean, to make that a permanent asset in my assets list, how many points do I have to
2
burn?
points. 2 points.
Okay, and that gives it a D6?
D6, yeah.
We're pretty high rolling here. Can I burn 3 and make it a D8?
You can. But from the kind of damage he suffered, just a night's sleep will make it go away the next day. So really depends on how much more you're going to do tonight or think you're going to do tonight.
With him in that shape, I'm cool to go. Like, we've scouted it out.
All right, I'll just burn the 2 and we'll slap the patch on his forehead. Sorry.
when I wake to, I say, better head than dead, I guess.
He's like, that's not where that goes, you idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We're not medics.
I mean, Gantu wants to get inside still. Like, there's an air conditioning unit. We can rip the air conditioning unit off. There's vents that go inside. I'm a small dwarf. Like, I do feel like there's physical ways to get in.
Yeah, just because I messed up doesn't mean everybody else doesn't.
While we're dragging him down and I suddenly find an effing aid kit in the van, doesn't mean you can't kick that stuff in.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Gantu wants to rip up the air conditioning unit, you can do that.
I mean, we could do it next time because I know it's past 11. But
it won't take long. I mean, if you want to do it, we can.
Yeah, I would definitely try to do that.
Okay. It basically the cooling sleeve that goes down is just big enough that someone Gantu's size could slide down in there, drop to the floor. It's a tight fit. Somebody might have to push you on your head to get you down, but you can get into the place. Or you can just look.
Touch my butt. Come on, push my butt.
Your pleasure.
Or if you just want to look around without going all the way in, that's up to you.
Ivan, hold my legs.
I got your feet.
Okay.
All right. First you were pushing his butt, now you're holding his legs.
Yeah.
How did he go in? Like scissor?
Yeah, so I'll head. Oh, jeez.
Jackknife's open.
Hanging upside down with the flashlight on, looking around.
Okay, spin me to the left. No, the other left.
I'm so bad at
you're right.
Pivot.
So again, this is it's just a 10 by 10 cube, but what's interesting is the internet line, the cable line, optical cable line goes right into a server that's shoved in the corner. The other things you see is like there's a hammock, there's a table that's got like some, by this point petrified pizza, some coffee, soy calf cans laying around. There's a change of clothes. There's actually a stand-up wardrobe that's got like, well, the first thing you think is it's just clothes, but you take a little closer look, they're costumes. There's something that looks like a janitorial costume. There's something that looks like a nurse's costume. There's one that looks like Lone Star police uniform.
I mean, most of us call that clothes.
Yeah. But nobody in here. No body either.
Okay.
Nobody.
Okay. I mean, I'll relay info about the server, and I mean, I'm still hanging. I'll drop down at this. I would drop down, but we can do that later if you want.
Okay. So yeah, you drop inside, and we'll make this just convenient timing. So as you drop inside, you're not sure if you trip something or not, but the server becomes active. It starts blinking. A lot of lights start blinking on it, and it lasts for just a moment, and then it goes silent again.
Oh, no.
Is it midnight?
Techno.
Midnight.
It's midnight. That's expected. But is it? Oh, we need that server.
Let's just take it.
Lift up. Just open the door and just.
Well, you don't open the door.
No.
Don't open the door.
Yeah. I think I'll walk.
I mean, we're going to be on our way out. So open the door, throw it in.
No, don't open the door.
There's magic on the door.
I'm half dead, and even I know not to open the door.
Can you, Gantu?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Can you pull the drives?
Magic.
Yes. I can pull the drive.
What size die do you have in Hacker?
Oh gosh, I think that might be
-2.
Hacker is D4. That's my worst.
Wow, you have no idea what a drive is.
I will
no idea.
How big is the server?
I like throw a net down through the hole and be like, just load it all into this and we'll haul it out.
It's about a 3-foot circular. It's like almost the size of a trash can, 3-foot diameter.
Could I hand it up? Can I hand the whole thing up?
It is small enough to go through.
Okay.
Do you want to disconnect it?
Yeah, I'll try to disconnect and just hand the whole thing. Like, I'm
Right.
pulling the drives right now.
Okay.
I'm assembling something in the van so that we can attach it to the network.
Right.
Those network jacks, and then it shoots.
But I tell you what,
to my anonymous.
Since Gantu only has a D4 in Hacker, put me together a pool to see if you can get this thing out without destroying it.
Okay.
Oh man.
Okay, I got you.
No, you have to press the little thing on the. Oh, no, don't just rip it out like that.
Just cut the
All right.
cords.
If Techno G is trying to talk you through it,
Each
what is
cable
it?
has.
You have a
two little
D12
clips on the
Hacker, is that
sides.
correct?
I have a D12 Hacker. Yeah.
Right, so half D6. You can add an extra D6 to your pool.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Okay.
So I am smarter than I look. So I think that applies.
And you must add the Hacker die to it.
Oh no, it's in there. I
Yeah.
put D4. So I got a D6 from that. I am very good. Oh geez. Agility, I guess, maybe, for just like being delicate with it. Or would that be okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. And then
I would like to point out, Ivan's also only got a D4 in Hacker.
yeah.
So the pull the drives thing is just something he heard on TV. He doesn't know what it means either.
And
Oh man, set the Bert's at the base.
all of my other stuff. Yeah, so I guess that's it. I'll just do those. Okay. Okay, no ones.
Okay.
No ones. Okay.
Got a
All
9.
right, that's good. I did roll a 1, so I threw a chip on your character there, but I did roll a fairly high difficulty of a 13.
Okay.
Can you get there?
Not with just 2. Can I burn? Oh, can I burn? Yeah.
Yeah, every token you burn, you can add another die. So to get there, you're gonna have to add two tokens.
All right, I'll do that. Yeah, if I gotta add 2, I add 2. Yeah.
Right. So 14 will do it, but it does make the effect die a D4, so it's not pretty. Like you essentially you get it out, but you rip out the cables instead of unplugging them correctly. So there's like you do a little damage to the ports, but otherwise you got it out. And so you heat it up. And I guess we'll end there for the night with one last thing. So Techno G, you had a couple of your bots scouring the web trying to find out some information on this society going back 10 plus years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're kind of also doing like as part of it, you're doing like an image search with the images that were in the drive as well to see if you can find linking stories. And one thing pops up, although it's not done yet, is a news report and a police report. Those pictures happened the night before what's been popularly called the Great Purge. The night after this rally went on, there was a lot of elves were just killed in their sleep. It was just like hundreds through the city were just murdered. And so that rally took place right before the purge.
Oh, damn.
We're really starting to get into some deep stuff here, guys. Politics, we don't like politics. Dragons, we don't like dragons. And now historical events. We don't like historical events.
My experience with the dragon was not terrible.
Yeah, but then there was that other time where I was on the hood of the limo and there was that dragon coming.
It gave me a lift that said, "Don't worry."
Nice. All right, guys, we'll end out on that. You've got a server with unknown data. You've got some links going back historically.
No. Where's my crimper? Make some new chunks all over it.
Just some very, very bad things that happened in the past the members of this club were associated. Well, wouldn't say associated with, but yeah, they were holding a protest right before some very bad things happened to their people. All right, so let's go out in reverse order. Friendin, anything you want to plug?
I just want to plug that you should check out the Defenders of Kobold Discord, where a lot of these same folk hang out. It's a good place if you're in chat or if you're watching us on YouTube or something. Come hang out. We talk about tabletop stuff all the time. That's the only thing I'm plugging tonight. Thanks for having me.
Christopher.
For this outro, I'm going to plug tabletop.events, where Goodman Games is holding Bride of the Cyclops Con in 2 weeks, and Gary Con is holding Autumn Revel 1 next week. 2OG Games has a bunch of sessions up there, and there's a whole bunch of seats open from what I hear in both cons, and it'd be really cool if we could fill up some tables and have some great times in the next 2 weekends.
Awesome. I just bookmarked that. I didn't know about that myself. Jeff.
Yeah, twitch.tv/Free League Publishing. Tomorrow night, come watch Chuck, Bert, myself, and a couple others as we play Vesson 9 Central. So come check that out. And then Thursday, same time, but on twitch.tv/ZweihanderRPG, catch Friendin, myself, and a couple others. Those are the big stuff going on this week.
Chuck.
Defenders of Kobold this week. Actually, this week I'll be on Vesson on Monday, and then Zweihander on Friday, and then Goodman Games on Saturday. We did, while the stream was going on, the printer finally approved our cover. So print on demand is happening in 3 or 4 weeks. You can buy Dan Dies in the End in a print copy. So yeah, that's my thing. Go buy Dan Dies in the End and put it in your wish list or cart so you can get a notification
hard copy.
Yeah, when that POD comes along.
Ew, hard copy.
Nice.
The Dead Tree Edition.
And I did not introduce myself at the beginning, so yes, look at that. All right, Vanna, do the hand thing again. There we go. I'm Bert. I am the host and primary GM of the podcast of Steam, Steel, and Murder. And yes, you have been waiting 4.5 months for the last episode. Yeah, sorry about that. But we do have ongoing games of BX Dungeons and Dragons. We have an Indiana Jones TSR version. We have some Fate Accelerated, Dresden Files going on, and many, many other games over the last 10 years. So check us out there, bluemagic.com, BLUMAGIK. Peace!
Peace, y'all.